Hey, Libra Rising. This is Chantalie, and today we're talking about what the new moon in Swati, the new moon in Libra on November 1st means for you and your personal development and also your brand strategies, okay? So I am Chantalie. I am a Vedic astrologer. I'm a brand strategy coach, and I am also a tarot reader. So I use all of those things to help you get a deeper understanding of who you are, what your brand identity is, and also to help you gain clarity, authenticity, and confidence in your brand message. Okay. So I'm going to pull a couple cards for you. What does Libra Rising need to know about their personal development and their main brand strategy for the month of November 2024? So I can tell you that the new moon is going to be in your first house. And that means that there's the first house represents your life. It's a summary of your life. It's a snapshot of your life. So with the new moon being there, and the new moon and the new moon focuses on newness, planting new seeds, letting go of the old, so you can embrace the new, so you can rebirth the new. There's going to be a lot of transformation in your life. So when you're going through any type of transformation, tracking it, expressing yourself, journaling is so important, because if you don't, it's a possibility that you'll go through the same thing again, and then you don't want to go through the same cycles and not gain the wisdom from them, okay? Because that means you're stagnating. So you want to make sure you're learning from the transformation that you're experiencing so you can grow. That's why journaling is so important, okay? You want to journal, okay? What does Libra Rising need to know about their personal development and their brand strategies for the month of November? So when you're going through a personal transformation, any personal transformation that you go through will affect your brand, because your brand is a part of you. And in order for you to be authentic, I say this all the time, in order for you to be authentic in your brand, you have to make sure that your brand is in alignment with where you are. Okay? If you don't know where you are, you can get kind of lost in your brand. So keep it anchored. To keep your brand anchored, you have to have a strong understanding of who you are right now. Because I don't want to say should, but I feel like we are created to continuously evolve. So who you are right now is extremely important to your brand. Because if you're not coming off authentically, your audience will catch that. And what's important to know is that if your audience can feel a lack of authenticity, why would they buy from you? Why would they watch your videos? Why would they buy your courses? Why would they listen to you? If they can feel something is not in alignment. We work hard for our money, right? So we want to make sure that when we spend it with someone, that it's meaningful, that it's purposeful, that's not a waste. So stay in alignment, okay? All right. So, okay, I had a call coming in. Hopefully that didn't affect anything, but what came out is the King of Forces, the King of Wands. The King of Wands for you. All right, I'm going to pull a clarifying card. King of Wands is very focused, very action oriented. The King of Wands doesn't do, the King of Wands is mature. So it's like fire, but it's a mature fire. So a fire energy that's not mature is very impulsive, very risk-taking, very taking action, very much taking action before they think. But the king is the king, it's the highest. So the king has reached maturity and he's action-based, but also he's taking action with taking action that's been thought out, that's been strategized, that's been planned out. Okay, so let's get some more clarity on this King of Wands. Please clarify the King of Wands for Libra rising. You have Aries in your seventh house of business. So I believe this is why this is coming up for you. Yeah, Aries in your seventh house of business. The King of Wands represents fire signs. Please clarify the King of Wands. All right, what do we have here? Okay, White Eagle. We have White Eagle, ancestor spirit. Connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. Okay. A family wound or pattern can be healed now, Virgo rising. Not Virgo, Libra. I'm talking to Libra. Okay. So this is, I wanted to talk about your first Lord Venus being in Scorpio, but this kind of leads me to it. And it also connects to the King of Wands because Scorpio is fiery, just like the Wands. It's a water sign, but it's ruled by fiery, it's ruled by fiery signs, which is K2, which has a lot to do with your ancestors and your lineage. And K2 is in your 12th house. So that's probably why that's coming up. K2 is in your 12th house, and K2 also co-rules your 12th house. Because it co-rules Pisces. So it's a strong connection to your lineage. Venus is in your second house in Scorpio. And your second house also is a connection to your family. Because it represents the second house where Venus is, your first lord. It represents your family that you grew up in, and also the skills that you acquired from your family. So something that you want to reflect on, something that you want to think about during this next 28 to 30 days is the skills that what skills do you need to walk more confidently in, or walk more confidently in your brand, that are connected to your family, past or present. In the second house, you might want to focus on your father's side of the family. What skills do most people have on your father's side of the family? What are those skills that can help you with your brand right now? My father's side of the family is singers. Okay. So I would focus on, if this was me, I'm not Libra rising in my D1. I'm not Libra rising. But if this was me, then I would say, okay, well, on my father's side of the family, they like fashion, and they like singing, and they like music. They like looking good. They like looking good, and they like singing. So that would be for me. So you reflect on your father's side of the family if you have that knowledge. Reflect on and if you don't have that knowledge, maybe you pull some cards if you're interested in that. If you don't, then contact me, connect with me, let me know you want to go deeper and get a better understanding of the skills that you need to tap into, that this new moon is asking you to tap into when it comes to your brand and your personal development. Also, you're taking action and moving forward. So when we're talking about your family and your lineage, there's also could be some things that are holding you back. So reflect on also your ancestors, especially with today is when I'm recording this right now, it's October 30th. Tomorrow is October 31st. Around this time of the year is when we really focus on honoring our ancestors, or reflecting on our ancestors, the ones that are for our highest good. Every ancestor is not for our highest good. So we want to reflect on our ancestors, good, whether we perceive them as good or we perceive them as bad. What is something that you can take from your ancestors honorably, okay, and use it to propel you forward in your brand? But then you also want to think, what is something that through reflection, through hearing stories, through all this, what is something that I need to move away from, that I need to end when it comes to my ancestors? Why is this important? Because the second house, where your first lord is in Scorpio, is connected not just with the ancestors on your father's side of the family, but it's also connected with money. So you want to think, what are some habits that I've seen that I need to let go of on connected to the ancestors on my father's side of the family? If you don't know, get to know. Find some way to know. You might need to ask people in your family. You might need to do your own reading. You might need to reach out to a reader. Hey, here I am. But just have a clear understanding of your ancestors right now, Libra rising, and what could be keeping you from moving forward and being the King of Wands, being confident, taking action, and then what can hold you back. Okay? That is what I have for you, Libra rising. In the comments, let me know if you have any questions. I want to make sure I answer any questions that you have, so let me know in the comments. Also, if you're interested in taking it a little deeper with me, if you want a personal, like one card reading, if you want to ask me a question about your brand personally, you know, I'm doing a live tomorrow in my membership about the new moon in Swati that's happening on November 1st. And just to make sure that you're in alignment with where you want to go and you can connect with me, and you know, we're going to set goals and all those type of things around the new moon tomorrow at 6 p.m. So make sure that you are looking in the description and signing up and registering for that call so you can get a deeper understanding of what direction you need to take to gain some more clarity, all that. So hopefully I will see you in the membership. I'll see you in the group tomorrow. And until then, or until next time, make sure that you remember that your brand is sacred.